Hey, how's it going, guys? Your friend Jim here with another video. I'm currently hiking here on the PV mountain trails in California. I am getting ready to upload part 2 of the video where it's difficult to put fuel in your fuel tank. There's some information that some of you might find interesting on how I did that job, and just provide you with the rest of the process that I used to complete the job. It's been 2 tanks so far, and so far so good. No more shutting off of the nozzle. So check out the video on how I finished the job and let me know if you have any questions. All right, check it out. Thank you. Also, when you're taking these off, make sure you don't start yanking on it and pulling on it, because these hoses are really stuck to these lines, like this one for example. So you have to take your time and kind of just peel it off. Don't start yanking on it, because you will bend these little tubes, and the last thing you want is to bend it and kink it, and then you'll have to replace the whole thing, or maybe just cut a section and put a hose on it. I don't know, but anyway, just to prevent that, just take it off. Take your time taking it off. Alright, so I don't know if you can see, but the inner liner of this little piece of hose is kind of what I would suspect was happening. And you can see the inner liner of the hose is basically came apart. And that, you can't see it from the outside like I said before, but it will restrict the flow of this hose. And I think that's the cause of this issue where the pump shuts off. But again, just by looking at the hose from the outside, you can see that the hose is kind of screwed up and old and brittle, but you really don't, that doesn't mean that it's plugged up on the inside. However, the age, that tells you that the hose is pretty old, and an old hose might lose the inner liner and cause a blockage. Which is my theory as to what was happening here. So, alright, let's just keep on going here. See, here's the one that hose that has a loose membrane. Here's a little membrane that came off the hose. I just did a quick dry installation, just dry fit, using these two bolts here. And the reason why I did that is because I wanted to figure out the length of this hose, that hose, you know, all these hoses over here. And I thought this was the easiest way to do it. So I'll just get the hose, measure it, mark it, cut it, and then install it. But I thought this was the easiest way to get the measurement. Alright, all 4 pieces cut, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove this again, install the ones on the top, and then maybe put a little lubricant on the bottom ones, and then as I'm installing this, leave these hose clamps down here, and then just try to do it that way. So let's go ahead and do that right now. All the hoses installed here, these guys. So let's go ahead and get the assembly back on the vehicle. Okay, so it's on there. All the hoses are in their corresponding location. I just gotta hook up these clamps down here. These clamps here, which I'll do in a minute, and then I'll start bolting everything back together. So I was having a hard time with the hose in the back here. So I removed the hose, I took the clamp off the pipe, and I'm putting the clamp on the hose. That way it's easier for me to access this clamp and then slide it down to the pipe area. So just FYI there. There, so now the hose is on the pipe, and then I just got to get this clamp and slide it down a little bit right there. Now I just have to bolt everything back up. Alright guys, so everything is installed. The filler pipe down here installed. Again, all brand new hoses. Everything is back bolted back to normal. So I'm gonna put the cover back on and maybe spray some undercoating down here just to get it fresh I can't even speak. A fresh coat of undercoating, and that's it. We're pretty much done with this video. So I got the cover back on there. Everything is back to normal, installed. I have this undercoating. I'm just gonna spray a little bit on there just to get it back to normal, especially around this area here. It's peeled off, so let's go ahead and do that now. Alright, that's pretty much it. Job is complete from start to finish. And the filler neck protector is back on, brand new hoses. So now we have to go fill up the fuel tank and see if that took care of the issue. Alright guys, so this concludes part 2 of this video series. Thank you for watching. I hope that some of you found this information useful, and you go ahead and do this job on your Montero. It's pretty simple to do. It's a little bit intimidating because you're taking stuff off that you normally don't take off a vehicle, but the awesome Montero makes it very simple to do. So and also I know that a lot of you guys have that issue where the fuel pump shuts off and it's really difficult to tell what's going on. I'm thinking by replacing the hoses, that's going to take care of that issue, but I won't know until the next couple of fill-ups that I do. The reason why I'm pretty confident about this is because some of these hoses were in pretty bad shape, as I said before, and again, the inside liner of the hose is sometimes collapsed and it causes a blockage. And you can't see it from the outside, but it does cause a restriction on the airflow. So feel free to comment, or if you have any questions, let me know. I'll be happy to answer, or provide any more details that I may leave out from the video that you might be curious about. So yeah, once again, thank you so much. We'll see you on the next video. All right, see ya. All right, so here we are. We're adding fuel. This is the second fuel tank since the repair. So let's see how it goes. I just started. It was pretty empty. So far so good. It's 5.5 gallons so far. So let's keep going here and we'll see what happens. 13 gallons so far, and so far so good. And also it's not shutting off. See what happens. We'll keep on going here. Over 20 gallons, and so far so good. We're just gonna go all the way right here. Come on. Gas is expensive in California. Anyway, that was 21.6 gallons. Nozzle did not shut off once. Everything seems to be working. This, like I said before, this is the second fill up since the repair. Cool. All right, guys.